Rolf, AWS, Energy Systems of the Future, how does that play into energy and power utilities?
Yeah, thanks, Kevin. First of all, it's really exciting to talk to you about our topic. So power and utilities is obviously at the heart of the energy systems. If you think about it from an electricity perspective, the electricity we have to generate, we have to consume, but then also we talk about water, we talk about gas. So really all the value chain from a power utilities perspective is part of the energy systems of the future. The most important things you see, like here we have wind turbines displayed here at CERAWeek, some of battery storage. So if you really think about the challenges and the opportunities we have, is a lot about grid modernization and bringing more and more renewable wind, solar, battery storage online.
Now, many folks will be familiar with AWS and what you do, but how do you pull that together for power and utilities in terms of what you offer, all your partners? How do you make that real?
Yeah, so especially if you just talk about from an electricity perspective, and if you bring this really from a grid modernization perspective, you have obviously in the past, you had a lot of generation assets, very few, a lot of conventional power, nuclear, you had your transmission distribution lines, and you had your consumer. So residential, commercial, industrial consumers. Today, and that's why the energy systems of the future is so important, now you have instead of maybe a few hundred systems, thousands or tens of thousands of systems, because you have distributed energy resources from more large-scale wind farms, large-scale solar, large-scale battery to your residential home and solar and battery. And now all these new assets have to manage in a much more complex scenario so that the grid stays stable, that we keep affordable, reliable energy, keep it resilient, and also serve then the customer much better, right? In the past, some customers, so it's like the customers just load. We didn't even use the term customer. They were just load or ratepayer.
Send them a bill once a year.
Send them a bill, meter to cash. That was the whole business. Yeah, exactly.
And I was here, in the AWS Agora house, chatting with some of the partners. You had GE, you had Esri, many more. And it was all about how you orchestrate all of this, because there's so many different pieces and puzzles, and pulling that together for the system of the future.
So partners are essential to working with our customers together. So together, like what you see, there's ESRI, Esri, Hunt is here, GE Digital. Many of our partners are part of this group. Also, we have important startups groups. So our Clean Tech Energy Accelerator is really a core part of not just working with the established, if you want, companies, but also bring a lot of new innovation. If you see the energy systems of the future, it's a lot about also innovation and acceleration. So without that creative startup network, fresh thinking, big thinking is critical. Yeah, so partnerships are really essential around this.
And I know I was speaking with 3 of your cohort from last year, and you just announced the 15 in the cohort for this year in your accelerator program.
Yeah, so this is just growing. This is just more and more important. And startups are obviously critical in this success. Also, Kevin, if I can mention that we announced a partnership with Duke Energy very recently, which is really a great evidence how important grid modernization is for this industry to bring more renewables, more wind, more solar online for our customers. So the partnership with Duke really is about the fact that we want to accelerate the adoption of renewable energy. So because data becomes really the heart of everything we have to manage. And it has to be done a lot faster. So if you think about just grid modeling, weather impact, extreme weather events, all this information.
It's real time almost, right?
Almost real time. So Duke's goal is to do this not today with traditional IT environments. It maybe takes weeks, sometimes months. Now they want to bring it down to 15 minutes or less to do some really advanced analytics to know like, hey, this is my next location for my wind farm. This is my next location. This is going to be the impact. Do I have to upgrade my infrastructure? Or maybe it is okay.
So doing all the simulation, the what ifs, the planning. Okay, last question. Here at CERAWeek, any takeaways from your side from what you've seen during the week?
Yeah, so Kevin, I think renewable energy really brings this audience at CERAWeek together. If you look at from, there's a lot of upstream, midstream, downstream companies, all the way topics around generation, hydrogen, electric vehicle infrastructure. But from both sides, if you want, wind and solar projects are the common theme, and also hydrogen are really the common theme. So, which again, if you build more, you have to integrate it with the grid. So the grid becomes really the essence to modernize and bring this online effectively. And this is a global topic, a global theme. So it's really exciting now for me to see how the energy systems of the future, we can help all these entities from the utilities, bring it together and together with our partners.
Hey, good stuff. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you.